It's time for Roses and Rosé with Chardonnay. Hi, you guys. We are about to get down with Hometowns, everybody. I'm Lauren Zima, here to recap the Hometowns episode of Arie Lauren Jr. season of The Bachelor. And I've got Chardonnay instead of Rosé today because, let's be honest, isn't Chardonnay the first type of wine that you seriously drink with your own mother? Shout out to my mom. Donna, here's to you. But here's what you should not do, and that's drink every time the same word is said in this episode. We'd all be on the floor, right along with Kendall's dead animals. So yeah, this is gonna be the night of don't drink when, because it would be too dangerous. So, Arie starts the episode strong with this quote.
This has been such an amazing journey so far.
It's crazy to think, do not drink every time he says crazy in this episode.
Crazy? I'm crazy about it.
Don't do it.
It's crazy to think that we started with 29 women and now there's 4 women left.
Is it that crazy, or is it simple math based on the formula of this reality show and the number of episodes per season?
So one of these women is going to be my wife.
Really? I was shocked he said that, you guys. How does he know that? I guess I could get fiance. One of them is going to be your fiance. You intend to propose, but one of them is going to be
My wife.
That's a sense of confidence that I'm not sure I feel comfortable with. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do safely and responsibly. Drink every time you felt confused.
This is a huge week because it's Hometowns.
Yes, this is the season of stating the obvious. And then we're gonna start things off with Kendall, to which he says,
Kendall is not your average girl. She's very interesting.
well, what does that say about most of us? Arie? Anyway.
She's quirky.
Quirky, Q-U-I-R-K-Y, quirky would mean odd. Corky, C-O-R-K-Y, would mean the thing that was in this before I opened it with the joy of an unbridled, innocent child. And don't drink every time he says corky, because he keeps on saying it.
Quirky.
Nobody corrected him.
Quirky.
Again, I'm confused. Arie says,
I'm crazy about it, so I'm just so excited that we have all day today. It's been too long.
but one thing I feel great about, you guys, is that Kendall's taxidermy has tax-a-returnedy. It's back to us, and it's real. Here's the thing. I was at the Women Tell All taping last week. Shameless plug. And I interviewed a bunch of the ladies, and Becca M told me that no, the taxidermy is a real thing, that her and Kendall hang out because they both live in LA, and that Kendall has animals stuffed in her home. And we saw them. They went to a warehouse for this date. She tweeted out a little shout out to the warehouse. She doesn't live in that warehouse, but we learned things like, you know, that taxidermy doesn't have to just be stiff animals.
Oh.
Stuffed.
What?
It can be stuffed animals, which is so weird.
That's so terrifying. Oh my God.
That's a sexy face.
Oh my God.
And then I love this. Kendall had Arie do some taxidermy with her.
Okay.
This is great. A hometown date is supposed to be about actually getting to know you, and this is what Kendall really likes to do.
So we are going to be mounting rats.
Oh my God.
Stuffed dead rats. Of all the animals.
Oh my God.
Excited.
A little terrified.
I mean, I would guess that she picked rats based on the size and the ease of which they could stuff them in a short amount of time, but rats.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so basically.
Rats. Not even mice. Not even cute little mice. We had to do. Rats.
Oh my gosh, this is some Silence of the Lambs stuff.
Drink to get through the rats. So, again, Arie said,
I was like, you know, you're a little quirky.
pull out a cellular telephone and look up synonyms for a word. Kooky, nutty, silly, wacky, batty, bonkers, cuckoo. There's a lot of different things we could say to describe quirky little Kendall, okay? So Kendall's taxidermy is real, and we confirmed Kendall has a twin sister named Kylie.
So your sister, she's your identical twin.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, what does it say about Arie that when Kendall told him she had a twin sister named Kylie,
My sister Kylie,
that he had No reaction. That was worse than episode 1 when he didn't acknowledge Tia's wiener joke.
Wiener?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, please tell me you don't already have a little wiener.
I do not have this.
Arie, I mean, I know, you're old, you got the cardigans, you're sailing off with the sun, but come on. They're the Kardashians. Keep up.
I do worry, like, if she could fall for me.
And again, I wonder, you guys, if Arie's insecurity about whether a woman actually likes him is going to be the hinge on which this final decision turns. I don't know if a hinge turns, but do you see what I'm saying? I think that it might be what his decision comes down to, because he clearly can fall for a woman. He's fallen for them all. Fallen for them all. He's confusing us with how quickly he's falling. And we thought he was really into Lauren B last week. He said he was ready to love her. And then now, you know, he really likes Kendall. So I'm so confused. And I wonder if in the end it's just going to be about who is making their feelings clearest to him. I think that he both likes to play hard to get, and then that he also just like really needs you to say that you like him and love him. And yeah, I don't know.
I'm not used to being vulnerable.
Kendall goes on about how she isn't used to being vulnerable and she can't open up, and these are problems, you know, we've heard before. So again, don't drink anytime anybody says vulnerable. Then to Weiner, Arkansas for Tia's date. I love Tia's family. Tia's dad called Arie.
Arie and Tia?
Arie.
Tia's older brother is an intimidating fellow. He looks like he's ready to take down Arie and take down an army. And then Tia's dad was the first of several dads to threaten Arie. And he said, you know, he said something like, if you hurt her,
I can find you on Google.
I'll find you on Google. Don't even get me started on Bing. Ask Jeeves is a whole nother level. I love this guy. Tia tells Arie that she loves him.
I know it's hard that I can't express, like, every single feeling that I have, but...
Again, I'm confused. Are you implying you're in love with Tia? I thought you for sure were like, I'm in love with Lauren B, although he did say he falls in love with 2 women. Maybe more than 2. I don't know. We'll see. Then we go to Becca. She's in Minnesota, even though it seems like Washington, because it's all about apples. Maybe I don't know enough about Minnesota. But don't drink every time Becca and Arie say apples.
Apple orchard. Apples. Apples.
Apples.
Apple.
JC, what's the French word for apple?
Pomme.
Bon.
Pomme.
Bomb.
P-O-M-M-E.
Oh, palm.
And then potatoes, pomme de terre, apple of the dirt.
Okay, JC, there are no potatoes here. We're not in Idaho. People say I didn't pay attention in geography, history. Oh, crap. As we know, Becca's father had passed away many years ago, and I thought that Arie actually handled this conversation with Becca's scary Uncle Gary pretty well.
Uncle Gary.
Uncle Gary.
Uncle Gary really cares about Becca. He teared up in the convo. Arie really sensitively, as JC has pointed out, he's an empath, really sensitively, like, I think felt this family's very real and still tangible pain, and he listened, and it was a really solid moment for Arie to show that he has this good core. I liked it. But then Arie tells Uncle Gary, who is a pastor, that he and Becca have had the talk about religion.
Becca and I have talked about this. Spiritually, I'm not as far along as she is.
They did? I would love to see that conversation. It sounds substantial, so much more substantial than much of what we've seen this season.
I'm sorry, it's not warmer right now.
It's okay.
Can we please see a discussion, a debate on the state of religion? Anyway, then we go on to Lauren B, and we're gonna ride some horses. Lauren B's in Virginia Beach with her family, and this was interesting to me because, again, hometowns are supposed to be about getting to know someone. Lauren B, they rode horses on the beach. They literally rode horses on the beach, which you would think is a date the Bachelor producers lovingly planned.
I don't remember anything. It's been so long.
I don't understand this. I don't get it. Lauren B, what do you like to do? I want to know what you like to do. I want to know what Arie likes to do. Does this mean they're perfect for each other? Oh my God. We don't know that. We get a silhouette kiss. You can drink during this. We're averaging like 1 per episode. And then we find our common ground with Lauren B and Arie. They're eating some crab on the beach, and she gets 2 cheesy jokes in, one right after the other.
Break a leg tonight. And I hope nobody's crabby.
And you know Arie loves those dad jokes. So, again, are they perfect for each other? Think about it. Okay, they go home to meet her family, and Arie gets up and leaves again in the middle of a date with Lauren B. And he is profusely sweating, you guys. If you watched when we recapped Emily Maynard's season of The Bachelorette, I always talked about how sweaty Arie looked. He is being dabbed off. He's shaking out his shirt. This guy's nervous. He wasn't like this on the other dates as far as we could see. I think he really likes Miss Lauren B. So then Arie and Lauren B's dad have a pretty placid conversation.
Is it normally this warm this time of year? Or is it?
You know, honestly,
We get
Arie,
lucky.
it's not.
Can't write this stuff, because you wouldn't. But Lauren B's dad goes from 0 to 100 in about 5 seconds flat. He starts to say that Arie needs to be able to protect his daughter.
With his life.
And he's not wrong, and if Arie doesn't protect Lauren B with his life,
I'll kill him.
we've had some great parents in the history of the Bachelor franchise, everybody, in the great, long, and prestigious line. We've had JoJo's champagne-drinking mom, Eric Bigger's spunky aunt, Brian Abasolo's drinking mom, and perhaps most famously, Rachel's absent father who we never saw. And now, add to that line, Lauren B's murder-threatening dad.
I'll kill him.
I love it. Then we see this really sweet moment between Lauren B and her mom, which made me miss my own mom. Oh, Donna.
I honestly, I've never felt the same way about anyone.
And Lauren B is crying and saying that she has never felt this way, that she feels like she just knows Arie, that they are the same, that she knows what he's thinking, that they are the same. And Lauren B's mom says,
I see the way you guys look at each other. It's weird for me. I don't think I've ever seen you and another person look at each other like that before.
it's just that I want this to be explained. I want to know what it is that connects the two of them so strongly, because they both talked about this connection, but maybe that's the whole thing, is that it's just a connection. Maybe we are in the presence of the most pure love that this franchise has ever known or seen. Witchcraft, fate, whatever you want to call it. Maybe this is it, you guys, the real stuff that they've always told us about. Love at first sight, love at first nothing. Just love. I don't know. I'm confused. Side note, has anybody else noticed that Kendall has a really strange cadence to the way she speaks?
Confidence, but then I know there are things that we need to talk about, and
I love it. What she kind of does is like pause after short words and speed through long words. They're all at the rose ceremony and Kendall goes, and I don't want this relationship to end.
I don't want this relationship to end.
I love Kendall. She's corky. Lauren B again says she loves Arie. They've connected on a different level, the level of thin air. And Becca says she loves Arie, and Tia says she loves Arie. I think Kendall's the only one who hasn't said that she loves Arie, but guess what?
Kendall, can I talk to you? Yeah.
Sure.
Kendall and Arie have a moment during the rose ceremony where he pulls her aside. He must speak to her. And Tia says,
Lexi deciding between her and one of us. I don't know.
and yes, Tia, the answer is yes. And Becca's like, I don't know, but no, we do know. And the answer is yes. Again, that's how the show works. And then Arie comes back and he sends Tia home.
What is actually wrong?
And it's so sad, you guys, because she's even in a white dress. I mean, wow, the irony. Or perhaps the planning. So Tia's exit really broke my heart. Her tears sound so real, and it was painful. And I spoke to her about whether she'd want to talk to Arie again after all this and how she feels about her journey on the show. That's up at etonline.com. You know what that was. Not of course that Arie's going to be able to explain why he's sending Tia home. He just says that, quote, there's something missing. Something that he has with Lauren B. Up in the clouds. Okay, you guys, so We are winding things down. Who do you think that Arie is going to choose at this point? Kendall's, we have Kendall who says things like,
I'm trying to face walls I didn't even know existed, and it's hard to find them if you don't know where they are.
wow. Actually, can I get JC in here for a minute? JC, again, we need your quasi-psychiatric take, this time on our favorite quirky gal, Kendall. JC, what do we like about our quirky gal, Kendall?
She said she had a hard time expressing her feelings, but that's expressing your feelings. I like that kind of self-reflection, self-expressing.
JC. So if you guys need me, I'll be in the pit of confusion, wondering what's going to happen from here. We have kind of a quirky schedule coming up here. Women Tell All is going to air this Sunday, followed by an episode of The Bachelor
on Monday night.
And of course, make sure to check out Winter Games on Thursday. I interviewed that cast as well. It's all coming to you soon. Much love, you guys. Thank you so much. Here's to Donna. She taught me well. Bye! Again, everybody, JC is here with his quasi-psychiatric take on our favorite quirky gal, Kendall. Ooh, and you wore your headphones this time.
No, he does that. No, I know who that is. It's me.
That's the presence of Arie and Lauren B's love.